Hey everyone, it's time for another session of math. 9.5 is our lesson today, so please get your math journal, pencil. It says you need an SRB, but you don't, and your calculator. Tuba and I are going to make our way over to the projector. Once again, we are going to be looking at fractions and decimals and percents. I just wanted to go over the mental math with you. Remember, if we can have that denominator to be 100 on the bottom, like all three of these, that will be your percent, so 55%. That will also be your decimal. 0 and 55 hundredths, 55%. I bet you can guess what this one's going to be. This will be 0 and 67 hundredths and 67%, 71 hundredths and 71%. So just a reminder, if you can get that denominator to say 100, you are in business for some pretty easy fractions and decimals. This one's a little trickier. 5 out of 100, but look at, still 100. So we know that this is going to be 5 hundredths and 5%. Look at how you write 5 hundredths though. You make sure you have that 0 in the tenth spot. There are not any tenths in that number. 5 tenths. I think I can probably make this into 100 times 10. So I have 50 hundredths. Guessing some of you probably noticed that this is probably 1/2 as well, because 5 is half of 10. So we would write like that, like this. Get those out of there. 0.5, 0 and 5 tenths, 50%. Last one is something that we probably see a lot more often than we think. 1/4. Remember, if you have things that are divided into 1/4, think of quarters. So this is quarters are worth 25% or 25 cents. 1/4 would be 25%. 0.25, 25%. Another way that you can tell, look at this. This is going to be a Home Alone moment. 4 times 25 times 25. We know that 4 times 25 is 100. 100. And 1 times 25 is 25. Awesome. All right, next one. We're going to keep going. So you're going to need your calculator today. Oh, this is being crabby. I would like you to go ahead and use your calculator to rename these fractions as percents. So the first one that you're going to do, make sure you clear the calculator. Clear the calculator about 3-4 times. Then click in 1 divided by 8 and hit the percent key. 1 divided by 8. One divided by 8, you should have gotten 12.5. That would be 12.5 or 12.5%. Do the same thing for 3/8. Hit your clear button a few times. Do 3 divided by 8 and hit the percent key. 3 divided by 8 and hit the percent key. This time you should have gotten 37.5. So this is 37.5%. As you can see, we're going up a little bit every single time. Now I'm guessing 5/8 is going to be more than this, so let's see what that one is. Hit your clear button 3 or 4 times first. Then click in 5 divided by 8 and hit the percent key. This time the number is 62.5%. Makes sense. We're going up a little bit every single time. And the last one. Do the last one. Hit your clear button a few times. Do 7 divided by 8 and hit the percent key. The last one will be 87.5%. That's just a little review how to do percents on your calculator. If we do 8 out of 8, please do that on your calculator right now. Hit the clear button a few times. 8 divided by 8, percent key. You should have gotten 100. That was 100%. Think of this as a pizza, dividing it into 8 parts. You get to eat all 8 of those. That means you ate 100% of the pizza. Next slide. We renamed those fractions as percent. This is a little bit different than your calculator. First one we did 1 divided by 8 and then hit the percent sign. That would be this one on this calculator. That's the same thing that we just did. All right, so this is where it says that you need an SRB, but I'm just going to do a little of the legwork. Plus, we don't have enough SRBs. What they want to know is they want you to locate Russia on the map. Russia is this whole area of orange right here. Pretty large area of land. Russia has the largest land area of any country in the world. So when we talk about area, Russia's got the most land. However, they might have the most land, but look at what China has. China is this area right here. Can't tell if it quite goes up there. That's China. Now look at comparison to China to Russia. This part, or that area of land, China, has the largest population of any country in the world. Russia has the most land. China has the most population, the most people that are living there. So we're going to look in our SRB to find out the population of China and the total world population. Population of China, you don't need to get your SRB out. We don't have that. I didn't copy this page. Population of China is 1,298,848,000. Billion, almost 1.5 billion people. There's lots of people there. In comparison to the world, so China's got this many people. In the world, there are 6 population to the nearest million. That's this one. So when we round to the nearest million, first of all, we have to find the millions place, just the regular millions place. That would be this 8. This 8 is going to be the boss of it. It's going to determine if that 8 is going to go up by 1 or stay the same. Since this 8 is 5 or more, we're going to add 1 more to our number. So anything to the left we can rewrite. This number is going to go up by 1 because this 8 is 5 or more. And the rest is filled in with zeros. So we rounded this to 1,299,000,000 people. That's how many the world population has. 9. Okay, so we'll just skip that part, but you're going to have to notice this. This is quite a few people for the population of China compared to the world. In other words, they want you to notice that the China population is about 20% of our entire population in the world, which is a huge amount, 20%. That means it's got 1/5 of a population for the entire world. All right, so we're going to practice a little bit with your calculator and decimals and percents. If you would turn to the back in your math journal, page 342 and 343, I would like you to, first of all, add a few more fractions. I think we've already done a couple of these up in here. I'm not sure how far we got down here at the bottom here. So we're going to add a few more fractions, maybe add 1 or 2 to each of these lines or each of these in the table. And then you can figure out the percent, the decimal and the percent. So you would do 1 divided by 2. I'll show you what I mean. 1 divided by 2, we already know what this is going to be. Okay, that means your decimal is going to be 0.5. My percent is going to be 50. Let's do the next one. We've already done this one. Let's do 1/3. Clear a bunch of times. 1 divided by 3, hit the percent sign. Okay, so you can also put that as your decimal. I show a bunch of 3's in there. In fact, it says 33.3 and then it's got a whole bunch of 3's in the back. Remember we talked about that repeating decimal? We could put that little line over that, showing that that repeats and repeats and repeats. This is going to be 33.3%. Let's do the next one. 2/3. Hit the clear button. Type in 2 divided by 3. Then equals, or actually 2 divided by 3 and hit the percent sign. Your decimal, again, has a repeating decimal, 66.6 with a whole bunch of 6's. Let's just put that repeating line over that. And you're going to type in or write in 66.6%. This is just getting you used to how to know how to do percentages. 1/4. Oh, we know this one. Anytime we see fourths, we automatically think 25. So 1/4 is going to be 25%. The decimal is going to be 0.25 and 25%. All right. We are on to math boxes, I believe, next. Let me just get there. We're skipping all this. Okay, math boxes. I'm on page 260. A reminder, please do this in your math journal. And then instead of having your mom take a picture or your dad or you take a picture and sending it to me, let's try this time. We are going to do all the work in your math journal and then go ahead and copy your work onto your Google Classroom into that assignment and send it to me or submit it to me. We're going to try that this week. See if we can get everybody on board with that. Number 1, 10%. Remember the trick? Take off a 0, move the decimal point. So let's pretend the decimal point is right here. Take off the 0, move the decimal point by 1. Your answer will be 7. 5% of 60. Well, let's figure out what 10% of 60. 10%, if I took off the decimal or took off the 0 and moved the decimal, would be 6. So 5%, what do you think 5% would be? 10% would be 6. 5% would be half. So it would be 3. I'm going to do these with you. These are a little tricky. 25% of this number is 7. So that means 25%, that means 1/4. It means this is 1/4, 1 part out of 4. So if I multiplied this times 4, that would be how many my whole number is, or what percentage I'm trying to figure out. So 28 is 1/4 of 7. 28 is 100%. 25% is 1/4 of 28. Okay, next two. Letter D. What percent of 48 equals 24? Now look at these. We probably don't have to do this on our calculator. You know something about these. Look at these two numbers. That looks like half to me. 24 is half of 48. I think everybody agrees. 50%. Okay, and then do this one on your calculator. This is a little trickier. Hit the clear button. Do 20 divided by 25. 20 divided by 25. And you should get 80%. Second, number 2, I'm going to circle all of the equal signs, so I know that I have to get this side to say 32. I need to get this side to say 36. I need to get this side to say 90. And I need to get this side to say 80. Ooh, you're going to have double parentheses here, double parentheses here, it looks like to me. Only one set on the other two numbers. Remember, try the first two numbers. 6 plus 2, that's 8. I like to put that number down there. 8 times 4, yes, that is 32. So I know that I'm done. I don't have to do anything else. Number 3. Complete the table with equivalent names. We've been practicing this for a while, so I would like you to try and do that one yourself. So we have 5/10. We want the decimal here and the percent. Remember, if you can get this to say 100 on the bottom, you are in business. Or think of the longs. This would be longs, 5/10. 897 divided by 6, long division style. Awesome. And number 5, what is the height of the parallelogram, including the unit or the correct unit? So first of all, we know that the area, the total area is 27. And we know that area is base times height. If we know the base is 9, what would the height be? Oh, you know what? We know the area too already. We already know the answer. We know that it's 27. 27 equals 9 times what? See if you can figure that out. Your number model would look something like this. And number 6, this is the only thing that I don't think that we're going to be able to do in our Google Classroom. So as best as you can, draw the mirror image of the figure shown on the left of the vertical line. Now, those transparent mirrors that all of you got, you should have gotten a purple mirror. This is going to help you, but for today, I'm going to have you just try to freehand draw this. And I'm going to try and freehand draw this too, and you know it's going to be ugly, so here we go. So I want to draw the mirror image. Yeah, I'm actually pretty proud of that. That's pretty good for me. You know me. All right, so remember, do this page in your math journal, and then go ahead and copy your answers into the Google Classroom and submit it to me. Thanks for watching.